Good morning, everybody. We are starting something new here on our streams, on our YouTube. You can find it on Twitch, Facebook Live. We're going to start interviewing the cosplayers that are here in town, and most notably the cosplayers who take part in our live model night. Now, due to everything going on right now, live model night is no longer in the shop. But what we've been doing and getting a great response from local and not so local artists is we, on the last Wednesday of every month from 6:30 to 9, post pictures of our favorite cosplayers, and the community comes together. They draw, they post, they comment on each other's stuff, talk. It's just a really fun night that is open to absolutely anybody who wants to join. And it's this Wednesday. And today, we will be talking with that model, Jennifer Ravensong. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So you have been doing this for quite some time, and you have actually done the live model in shop. So thank you for allowing us to use your pictures and bring the artistic community together when they can't actually get together. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about you?
Okay, well, I call myself a crazy artist at large because I'm just kind of dabbling in whatever suits my fancy, and it's usually pretty nerdy and out there. I mean, I've been doing cosplay since, I think, 2014, 2013, something like that, 6 or 7 years. But I really am a huge fan of sci-fi and comics and historical and steampunk and you name it. Obviously, I'm a huge brown coat. I got my Captain Sight pants on. But yeah, I just love doing prop work, sewing, modeling, photography, acting, whatever kind of creative outlet we have to kind of show our love for the different fandoms we have. And I think Sacramento is such a nerdy community that it's really great to be part of it.
And it is Sacramento. It doesn't matter whether it's cosplay, local, small press. It is a hub. You just cannot throw a stone without finding people who are doing this and who are into it. And that must be extremely encouraging because you've been doing it for a while to go to these cons and see just the sheer amount of people who have the same love and passion that you do.
Oh yeah, actually my favorite part of going to cons is you spend all this time and passion and 5-year-old excitement building whatever cosplay or thing you have, even if you're just going to take pictures of people. And you see somebody who has a costume that's, a childhood favorite or matches yours, or is just so cool, or you're the person in that. And that connection you make with people is just, it's such a rush. Who needs drugs when you have cosplay and you can spend way more on cosplay? But I think locally there's zombies, vampires, everything under the sun, pirates, steampunk, villains, everything you can think of. So, I mean, and most of the people I know are in more than one group because it tends to snowball into more creative and fun things like this, and the hot sauce and stuff.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple of things I want to hit on here with you, but you mentioned groups. So there are cosplay groups out there. A lot of people probably don't know this. There's probably a lot of people who are doing it that aren't part of them, or people who want to start. Are there any groups that you want to shout out to?
Oh yeah, the Sacramento Zombie Club is really fun. The Vampire Ball and pretty much everything vampires surrounding that with Shannon McCabe has been wonderful. Actually, I've always been very self-conscious even having a photo taken or being on film or anything of the sort until I started doing the Vampire Ball. It was all about learning to pose and hold yourself in stage presence and own a character and kind of have confidence in whatever body type, age, creed, gender you have, which is a big thing for cosplay. It helps you step into those roles and have fun. So I think those groups allowed me to step outside of my norm, whereas the Steampunk Society and the Villains let me get in my comfort zone of kind of Victorian and reenactment and historical, and kind of find all these different age ranges within these groups, and from G-rated with children to X-rated at clubs at night. You have everything that you could want. It's great.
Okay, and so then what got for, and this will help some people too, who I know there's a lot of people who want to start. What got you interested, and how did you actually start doing this? Because a lot of people will purchase costumes, but you're doing it from the ground up for the most part. So again, what got you started, and how did you start?
Well, I mean, it goes back to when I was born, and I was obsessed with Halloween my entire life, and then got into rent. It was like, it kind of, once I got into it, it was obvious I was going to get into it. But I think I went to a Steampunk Society event, not knowing what conventions or steampunk was, it was very vague and confusing, but I walked in and I had made a costume and a cake, and everybody had such cool stuff and was so excited about the maker part of it. Whether you found a discount online, you found something at Goodwill and hack it up and make something new, or you completely draft and create your own props and costumes, people are so responsive to it. And I saw that at this event, and it just kind of made me excited to make one more and another and do more and meet more people. And it just, from there, history.
Okay, and here we are years later and still creating. You and obviously during the pandemic, you have not been able to do the conventions, the parties, the shows, whatever. But you have still, I've seen them just posting tons of stuff. So you have not slowed down.
I have not. I'm really, really missing the charity aspect, which we can't do much about right now, going to the cancer wards and stuff like that. But there's a lot of selfies happening. There's a lot of makeup attempts and just trying new things and planning. I think everyone's doing that because, photo shoots, socially distanced and the like. We had a lot of cons that were online where, couldn't go to Fanime this year, so I threw on my get up and did a quick shout out to everyone. It's better than nothing. And test our costumes.
And yes, it is much better than nothing. You're stuck at home. You might as well keep going. What kind of costumes do you have? With the little intro, we had a picture of Snow White with boxing gloves. You'll have to tell us about that. And of course, Jane Cobb from Firefly, which was amazing. So before you tell us about all the costumes you have, what is up with that Snow White? Because that's amazing.
Well, I went to Sac Anime a few years back, had just brought that out, and Heather Lockie did a photo shoot at the Citizen Hotel with me and a bunch of bunny versions of characters. So I actually have a picture of Snow White with all her little woodland bunny, Playboy bunny creatures. But we just had a bunch of cool props. So I have a whole set about Snow White waiting for Prince Charming in the hotel room. She's happy, and then she starts drinking champagne, and then she's texting her text, and eventually it comes to her. She fights the apple and puts on boxing gloves and the whole 9 yards. So we got really happy with a very sweet and very, very bubblegum character.
That's all. It's a lot of fun. That picture in particular is one of my favorites. So, what other ones have you done?
Well, Jane Cobb is one of my favorites. He got me into the Firefly film that I did. Just put the photo up with him and Zoe. Anything Firefly. I love Firefly. But I think the new costumes I'm working on, Phoenix from X-Men, a new version. I'll be doing a Wolverine motorcycle shoot coming up.
What version of Phoenix?
Okay, I'm drawing a blank because I'm not a morning person, but it's the one that kind of looks like Black Widow. She's got a biker jacket and.
Okay.
I'll have pictures. We finished the jacket. We're doing a Teen Titans Ravens. That's one that I'm about halfway done at this point. And I'm going to be doing Zatanna. And of course, I'm revamping Black Widow because she's a favorite. And bringing back a bunch of new ones and favorites, and going through.
There's a lot of people who probably will remember you now because you have been at some of our events in the Black Widow costume. So yes, if you guys need to put an outfit to the face, that is probably the one that you'll remember the most. And you were Poison Ivy down here for the live model when we did it in shop.
That was so fun. I'm so glad we're doing this. I will miss doing it in person because that was a great experience. But it was super fun doing the 90s version of Poison Ivy from the animated series. So I love it.
The animated series is really good. So what is your favorite one to cosplay as then?
I think Black Widow has my heart. And then it goes down into kind of Poison Ivy and the Firefly characters, because I don't know that I can pick one. I think it's like Breakfast Club. We're all a little bit of all of them. We relate to them. But
we were talking. I think you need to do Malcolm Reynolds next. That would be absolutely fantastic.
I gotta get the guns, all of the guns, them on my wall for all of the characters, especially Vera. Because if you dress up nice, you get to go places.
Yep, there we go, and a little reference there too. Let's see. Is your cosplay more hobby or more business? It's a question.
I mean, it's always going to be a hobby. A love, passion, and a kind of love of labor. labor of love, but I do have a business as well. I do sell crafts and stuff. I'll have an OnlyFans page, and I'm going to probably bring my Etsy back soon. But I don't generally charge much for anything. I really just like doing volunteer stuff and seeing friends and making things. And I just like the excitement and the buzz from that. Anything that I make just kind of goes back into supporting doing the things I love.
and there's the thing that a lot of people I don't think understand that I want to bring up personally is that it is a hobby, and they put a lot of time and effort into this. There is a lot of money spent on these things, and I know all of you get a lot of enjoyment seeing them at the cons. So if you can support your favorite cosplayer like this and go to the Etsy and pick up a print or something, please do, because yeah, those suits are not cheap, and like she said, that all goes right back into making sure that the next costume can come out. So please do that. And then this Wednesday, if you're joining us, even if you're not joining us, on Facebook at 6:30 p.m., where I'll be posting pictures of her that you can then draw, post, comment. We're also going to be providing a way for you to give Jennifer Ravensong a little donation, a little tip for her time and effort into putting these together and allowing us to use the picture. So that'll be this Wednesday night. Hopefully, Jennifer, you can come on and see what people are doing, see what they're drawing, and let them know what you think. But thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to see you. It's been a while because of all of this. But fingers crossed, 2021, we will be hitting those cons again and getting back to normal.
Looking forward to seeing the dogs and Wednesday night.
Yes, one last question. Who's the little guy sitting behind you?
Well, now he's moved a little bit. This is Charlie, who is on Instagram and
I'm sorry, one more time, you cut out. Who is it?
This is Charlie, my social media, and you'll see him in cosplay pics and online because he's everywhere, as you can see.
He's adorable. He's adorable, and he doesn't want to move. You had to move around him. But thank you for joining us, everybody. This Wednesday, it's always the last Wednesday of the month on the Facebook page for Empires Comics, 6:30 to 9 p.m., and we will see you there. Thank you, Jennifer.
Bye. Thank you.